Another movie that's been getting a lot of talk, actually, they showed us a trailer for this movie, not at last CinemaCon, but two CinemaCons ago. They showed us the first little promo reel for Michael. 2 years ago, they showed it to us. And that was the moment that we went, oh my God, this could actually be really good. Like, even just from the short. Now, Michael, of course, is a movie that has gone through a shit ton of drama. One of the craziest stories ever. In case you didn't know about this, the movie they shot included some of the stuff that went on in the court cases and whatnot, right? Now, the producers of the movie got that all cleared with the Michael Jackson estate. Michael Jackson's estate said, yes, that's something you can do. So Lionsgate said, great, that's what we're going to do. And they shot like a third of the movie. Whoopsie. Turns out the Michael Jackson estate was wrong. That the Michael Jackson estate had a signed agreement with one of the people involved with the court cases that says, yeah, we agree to that, but you can never dramatize us or our family in anything. So the Michael Jackson estate had to go to the movie producers and say, hey, remember how we told you it was okay to shoot that stuff? We were wrong. And so Lionsgate had to push the release of the movie. They had to redo a whole ton of stuff. So it left a lot of us wondering, knowing that Michael was going to be big, could it survive that type of trauma that they went through getting the movie made? Well, the first reactions are out. The full reviews aren't out yet, and I'm going to be curious to see what they say. But right now, the first reactions are out, and a couple of the ones that I've read are saying it's the best biopic ever made. Let's go over and take a look at some of these instant reaction we've got from the screenings they held the other day. Liam writes, the Michael movie is why we go to the movies. Thriller, Beat It, etc., recreated to perfection. Genuinely couldn't resist a head bump and finger tap at any moment. Makes you smile where it wants to, wince where it needs to. Coleman is your earliest supporting actor candidate. Which is big. Junior Felix wrote, Michael is one of the best music biopics I've ever seen. Jafar Jackson is dazzling and mesmerizing and truly embodies Michael Jackson, which he should. It's his uncle. Coleman Domingo is spectacular. He always is. And shows why he's one of the greats. Incredible musical sequences and performances make this a must watch. Hunter Bolding writes, Michael features two absolutely smashing performances. Jafar Jackson is electric in his role, while Coleman Domingo is monstrous as Joe Jackson. The ending leaves a bit to be desired. I heard that from a couple of people. They didn't really like the ending. I haven't heard why, but I've heard a few people say it. The ending leaves a bit to be desired, but the journey there is fascinating and fitting of the greatest entertainer of our time. Our friend Eric Davis wrote, Jafar Jackson delivers a truly remarkable performance in Michael, embodying the spirit of the ambition and the physicality of Michael Jackson in a way that's dazzling to watch. The kid is so good, and longtime fans will adore this film. And it basically just goes on like that. People just basically raving about it, and my OWL camera is not doing its job, so I have to keep adjusting myself. But look, it's being directed by, whenever you get somebody who's like a great director in there, Antoine Fuqua, I think is like one of our most underappreciated directors. And I have had a lot of belief in the film simply because that he's directing it. Now, for a lot of years, I didn't believe they would ever actually make a Michael film, because I've always said, you're never going to make everybody happy with it. You're going to get people who are going to get really angry if you even hint that he was guilty of any of the stuff that he was accused of. Then you're going to get a lot of people who are going to get really upset if you don't imply that he was guilty of all the stuff he was accused of. Needs to be pointed out, never found guilty of anything. I'm just saying, whatever side of that fence you fall on, you fall on. I'm just pointing out a fact that he was never convicted of anything. That being said, they decided to go ahead and make the movie. They got Antoine Fuqua to direct it, which I thought was a great move. And I expected that the movie looked good, but I didn't know if it would be to the level that some people are saying it might be the best biopic ever made. Anyway, Cody, let me ask you, Have you had any expectations of a Michael movie? Did you ever think a Michael movie would get made? What are you thinking of the reactions? Are you looking forward to it? I don't know. What do you think?
No, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm a big Michael Jackson fan. I put on the music in the shower all the time still. I feel like I read a number of reviews that said that they weren't satisfied with the way that it ends. And if I recall, this originally was supposed to just be one movie, but they've now split it into two.
Into two, yeah.
So I get the sense that like hopefully it doesn't feel like you're only getting half of a story. But I guess if the journey to that point is awesome anyway, like it's not that big of a deal. I was also thinking, like, when's the last time Lionsgate had like a massive $1 billion film? Like they had a few killer franchises.
Games?
I was thinking, did they have Twilight too? Did they?
Had
Twilight and Hunger Games. But other than that,
they've
like,
never been able to get.
This
back
has got to be a really important movie for them.
John Wick is theirs too, right? But that's not $1 billion. That's not $1 billion franchise.
Did you see the new Sunrise on the Reaping trailer that dropped this morning?
I did.
Wow.
That was. You know, okay, so we're getting sidetracked, but that looks like the adult version of Hunger Games.
That's exactly what I was going to say. And last year at CinemaCon, one of the gifts they gave us was the Sunrise on the Reaping book.
and read it.
And I read it, and it was solid. Right, it was solid.
But the casting in that is impeccable.
Right, but we're getting way sidetracked now.
Anyway, yeah, Michael looks awesome. I'm psyched for it. I mean, when we saw very little of it from last year's CinemaCon, and it made me a believer. I was like, all right, I'm in. I was getting goosebumps just listening. I feel like it's probably going to be mostly a celebration of what a cultural icon he was from a music perspective. I
100% agree.
Like they're going to really lean into the music. I was also thinking, not to derail this conversation too much, but like a number of people said it's the best biopic of all time. Okay, well, what is the best biopic of all time? Is it Bohemian Rhapsody?
Lincoln.
Okay, wow. I'm sorry. I meant to say musical biopic. Yes.
It's hard for me to think of many that, like, some people might want to say Walk the Line.
That's a good one.
Rocket Man I actually thought Rocket Man was really good.
It was.
My problem, I've said this before on the show, my problem with all those biopics is that they're all the same movie. Like if I give you the elevator pitch, a musical prodigy with unspeakable talent, starting from lowly beginnings, makes it big in the world, only to be overtaken by his own personal demons, only in the end to find their own personal redemption. That could have been Walk the Line, Rocket Man, or Bohemian Rhapsody.
Purple Rain.
I just thought of one.
That was an absolute biography. Purple Rain.
It was totally true. I believe every word, and it's my favorite movie of all.
What's the name of that song? Jungle Love?
That's the time. Yeah, that's the time.
Does Straight Outta Compton count? Because that would be mine.
Straight Outta Compton. Yeah, see, that's
different, right?
Michael looks like it breaks the formula. One of the things I loved about Straight Outta Compton was that it also breaks that formula.
Yeah. Well, but it helps that it wasn't just based on one person.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So I don't. Anyway, Rob, what do you think about these reviews we're hearing from Michael?
You know, like you said, I mean, I love Anton Fuqua as a director too because he's so versatile. I've always talked about Olympus Has Fallen. I mean, and then of course Training Day.
Oh yeah, which is his opus.
It's just amazing. But so I think him directing this, he's got an edge to him. You know, in terms of he can hit hard when he needs to because he comes from action. He's done a Western. But him doing this, I think, is really interesting, and I think it's going to have an interesting quality. But also the cast, not just Jafar Jackson, but like the guy playing Quincy Jones. I love Quincy Jones. I'm a huge Quincy Jones fan. He produced the music he composed the music for Color Purple for Spielberg's, but he's his jazz background. And what he did with Michael Jackson is amazing. And Coleman Domingo as Mr. Jackson. I mean, he's basically the bad guy.
And we haven't even talked about Miles Teller.
Oh my God. And it looks incredible. I can't wait to see this movie. The recreations to like the Thriller video looks perfect.
I would watch a whole movie just on that.
Yeah, I mean, I love that when it came out. And there was a making of you could get on home video, which was because John Landis directed it. So I wonder if there's somebody, I want to know if when they're making the Thriller video, if there's a person playing John Landis who directed it. I mean, I'm curious. And then I wonder if they go into Captain EO.
I doubt it in this movie.
Yeah, because I haven't seen any clips, but it was kind of around the same time.
Because I think they said like this movie, and you're right, it gets close because they said, I believe this movie really just gets up to Thriller.
Right.
I think they kind of stop there. And then I think the next movie, I don't know this for certain, I'm just kind of speculating. I think from what I heard, like the next movie will then kind of take place after that. maybe avoiding all the court stuff. I don't know.
I just want to see because I wondered if somebody would play George Lucas and Angelica Houston and just behind the scenes Hollywood stories. But no, I can't wait to see this movie. It looks great. And, the reason I only brought up the Hunger Games is because I do think Lionsgate has a great year in front of it with Michael followed up by Sunrise on the Reaping. So
yeah,
good for Lionsgate.
I should have made that a topic because Anne woke me up this morning to show me that trailer.
Bro.
And I've had zero interest in this movie. I've had zero, and now I do.
Well, how did you feel about Sunrise or the previous one, Songbirds?
It was okay.
And Snakes?
Songs like Shoots and Ladders. No, it didn't do very well. I thought it was a well-made movie.
Yeah.
I know it's the cool thing is to hate on the girl who played Snow White. What's her name? She was a magnificent in West Side Story.
Rachel Zegler.
Rachel Zegler. I thought she straight up. I know it's not the cool thing. I thought she was terrific in the movie.
I thought she was really good too.
I thought she was really good in the movie. But it was kind of, what it was to me? It was a little bit soulless. It didn't have a soul to it. I didn't feel. So I mean, it was okay, well-made movie. I certainly didn't mind that I went to go see it. But I didn't love it, which is part of the reason why we're doing another Hunger Games movie. That is again not a sequel. And I was like, but then I saw this trailer. I'm like, this is Hunger Games for grown-ups. It felt really good. Mm-hmm. Kind of like Andor is to Star Wars.
Right.
Anyway, not that I'm going to say it's as good as Andor. All right, guys. Anyway, question is for you. Did you see the reviews now, or at least the first reactions for Michael? Have you guys been interested in the movie? Have you been excited for it? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. What do you think about the reactions we're seeing? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.